You are tuned in to your dose of positivity. I am Marlene Motivates, and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you would like to support me as a content creator, join my channel membership. I am Marlene Motivates, and as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hey, everybody. How are you guys doing? Happy Friday. You made it through the week. I decided I just wanted to do like a little pop up live and chit chat with all of you motivators. I don't know the week that you have been through, but something just told me, I should go live, even if it's just a few minutes to give you some motivation, some inspiration, and some positivity. And I will do that. Something just came in my mind to talk about this because in this life that we live, we have every reason to be negative. There's so many easy reasons to be negative because of life, because of people, because of our circumstance, and all kinds of things. There's always something to be angry about. There's always something that tries to upset us and disrupt us. There always seems to be setbacks, but I want to talk to you all about a mindset shift that while we can't control what other people do, what we can do is maintain our positivity. What we can do is encourage our own self. And I wanted to tell all of you motivators to not be bitter about people. Don't be bitter about disruptions. Don't be upset about setbacks. Don't be upset about certain people in your life that you know that are not giving you what you want or you need, or the people who stabbed you in the back, the people who hurt your feelings, all of that. I'm here to uplift your spirit, because life happens. Life happens to all of us. And I want to give you the encouragement to not be bitter, to be better. I can say that with full assurance that I know 100%, I can even say 1,000%. I know that I am better and I'm not bitter. And all of that was because I made the choice to be that way. So let's see who's in the building. We have Boss Life Online. Hey, Gio, how are you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Member and mod on deck. We got Tamika Davis, another member. I really appreciate you guys. If everybody could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. I just came to encourage you and to say this, I am better. And I want you to speak that over your life, even if your life isn't going the way that you want it to go. That's just how life is. Sometimes there's so much difficulties, there's so much stressors, so much stress in this life, so much anxiety, aggravation, and we do feel that way. It's overwhelming a lot of times, the things that we have to carry in our head, the people we have to deal with, and you just want to scream from all of the stress. But I'm here to say that you're better today and you're not bitter. All of it is because of choices. See, we've made a choice to turn around and to be motivated. And I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you that you are making a choice to not be bitter when you have every reason to, when you have every reason to feel discouraged, when you have every reason to act a certain way, when you have every reason to be negative, when you have every reason to want to throw in the towel, but you don't. See, when you make the choice to be better, it means making a better choice, maybe the people around you. Sometimes the people who are around us are the sources of why we are bitter. Don't let other people and their negativity, don't let people and their laziness stop you and slow you down from your potential, from what you deserve, from what you are worth. So don't settle. Don't let other people bring you down because they are thinking that way, or because of the choices that they are making. When people make poor choices, they try to make it seem like it's your problem, especially our relatives. Let me see what other comments we got right here. Thank you so much, Gio. I really appreciate that. There's so many people that we know, right? Relatives, friends, workplace, all types of people that we know of. They want us to be bitter because they are, because of the choices that they have made or the choices that they keep making. But we can't let other people disrupt our own peace of mind. See, our peace of mind is something that is so precious. It is so precious to be able to have the capacity to impact our own life. And I think that that's wonderful. It's so heartwarming to know that every day I wake up, every day you wake up, you have the choice to how you say your day is going to be. We don't know how it's going to be. We don't know what's going to go on. We don't know what people will say or do to us, but we always have a choice right here in our mind. As soon as you wake up and you can say out of your mouth, speak it into existence. Today is going to be a great day. Yeah. Today will be a great day if you select and you choose to have that sort of mindset. Hey, Realist One, how are you doing? Mod on deck. Welcome in. I hope you're doing awesome. Every day we wake up, we have to make that choice. And it's not always the easiest choice to make, is it? It's not an easiest choice to be positive when everything seems to be stacked up against us. If you have children acting up, person you're in a relationship is acting up, your money isn't right. It's like you have health problems. Everything thing is just happening to you, and you have every reason to be angry. And yeah, as we should, we're human beings. We're not robots. We're not robots. You're not a robot. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this topic is I know I need to speak to someone and reach someone with this message and tell you, slow down. Okay, slow down. You're doing too much for everybody and not enough for yourself. Remember, we always talk about the encouragement to fill up your own cup. Remember, that's our responsibility to do that. We have Miss Tracy in the building. How are you doing, Miss Tracy? Welcome. Good to see you. Got a member on deck. And we also have Nancy. How you doing, Miss Nancy? Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. Yes, and everybody, if you could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. It's really important for us to make that choice every day when we wake up. You know, I choose myself. I choose to be at peace. I choose to have joy. I choose to use my gifts. I choose to use my talents. I choose to sit and wait for the blessings that are meant to happen for me. Now, I know somebody needs to hear this message. There's a blessing that is out there for you, but it's certain things that we have to do in order to receive that 100% or fully to our fullest of capacity. See, sometimes things happen to us in our life and it's a testing thing. I have to test. How loyal are you going to be? How consistent will you be? Are you a person who's going to keep going? Just like the little engine that could keep going. Keep going. Don't let anybody stop you from having what it is that you want, what it is that you personally deserve. Hi, Lisa. Happy Friday. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I hope everybody's doing awesome on this Friday. And I just wanted to say that to you all. We are surrounded in a society of negativity. You turn on the TV, negativity. You're on the job, negativity. Even in your own household, it's negativity. So, what does that mean? That means that we have to fix our mind. We have to fix our mindset that regardless of them, do not let the outside penetrate your inside. And you know that I always say over here on this channel when we talk about working on our inside, that means working on who do we define ourselves to be? Who do you say that you are? That conversation that you have with yourself when you speak things over your life. It's about your belief system. It's about your values. It's about your self esteem. It's about your worthiness. And it's also your motivation, your determination. To all of you motivators, I hope that you are continuing to be determined to succeed. No matter what it is that you choose to do with your life, no matter what it is you choose to do with your life, be determined. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't succeed, that you can't win, that you'll never make it to whatever it is that you want. Even small, even short term goals. Maybe it could be paying off some debt. Maybe it could be having a vacation or overcoming your fear of something you're afraid of. I know for myself, I have a big fear of going to doctors, but it motivate myself because there are certain things that we have to push past being uncomfortable to get to the comfortable. Okay. So there's sometimes we have to do some things that are uncomfortable, like going to doctor's visits so that we can take care of our own self. We shouldn't guess or assume how we're doing. We'll just say, I'm okay. But maybe something is going on. Maybe you're having headaches. Maybe you have fatigue. Maybe you just have put on some weight and you just like, I haven't been eating any differently or whatever it is. But self-care is a part of self-love. And that self love should entail you checking on your health, going to your appointments, drinking your water, and also staying away from negative influences. So we're going to pause on that and think, who are the people in my life who are negative influences? Because the people who are around us, they will impact our drive, our motivation, how encouraged we are, how we feel about ourselves, our consistency, our drive. So think about those people in your life. I'll give you a moment to think about it. Who are people in my life that really irk me, get on my nerves, get under my skin? Okay. Think about those people and then think about their lives. What are they doing with their lives? We have to think, those people, if they're the ones trying to tell us what we should do with our life, right? They want to control us. They want to control you to tell you to do, you should do this, they should do that, but they're not taking their own advice. Hmm. Beware of that. Beware, because people come as wolves in sheep's clothing to destroy us, to even a simple thing as getting us distracted, keeping your eye off the target just for a little bit. And do you know, by taking your eye off your target, off your focus, it will get you, maybe you just in that short period of time, you will lose out on an opportunity. You will lose out on missing going to a great occasion. Maybe you were supposed to meet somebody at this event or this occasion. Maybe when you were supposed to go and do something, there was something when you do it that you were supposed to meet. But because you allowed somebody else to discourage you, because you listen to somebody who is doing nothing with their life, because you're listening to someone who is lazy, because you're listening to someone who is unmotivated, and then we get discouraged. Then we get unmotivated. Then we start doubting ourselves. Am I really good at that? Don't do that. Do not allow yourself to stay in that negativity. Don't let anybody tell you who you are. See, knowing your worth is a very powerful thing. There is so much power, there is so much strength, there is so much elevation in knowing yourself. So I say to all of you, know thyself. It's a wonderful thing to be able to step into your own as a grown woman, as a grown man, and not just a grown woman or a grown man, but a grown woman or a grown man who knows their worth and does not allow others to take them down. Okay, it's easier said than done, because I'm telling you, when things happen to you, having you seen that things happen back to back to back, this happens and that happens and this happens. But that's why we have to keep on working on encouraging our own self, encouraging our own mind, patting ourselves on the back, celebrating ourself. You must celebrate yourself. See, this is how we make choices to be better. I'll tell you what I mean. Way back in the day when I was growing up, there wasn't things like that. People didn't do that, especially women, especially minority women. We didn't do that. We didn't celebrate. We thought we had to give up all of our time, all of our energy to everybody. Give to your children, give to who you're in a relationship with, give to your siblings, give to your relatives. But it was never anything giving to yourself. Even asking yourself, how is my health? How is my finances? What is my goals? What do I need to do? Am I joyful? Do I have peace? And when we don't do those things for ourselves and even question, where am I in my life? Am I where I need to be? Am I on point? Am I on target? Am I happy? Do I have great friends? It could be those are some of the reasons why we become bitter. We become angry because we're not doing what we need to do for ourselves. And it's also about those choices that we have made, right? We sometimes make the choice to give up. We just say, it's not working. Nothing is working for me, no matter what I do. But I'm telling you, right after you have every reason to give up and you don't, see, that's when that everything opens. That's when the gates open. That's when a door opens. And even if a door doesn't open, maybe God will open up a window for you and say, crawl through this one. There's always a way out. There's always, if God puts you into something, he's going to find a way to get you out of it. He just doesn't put us in situations. He just doesn't give us things and just drop us off. He doesn't do that. He's there, he supports us, he loves us, and he knows what you need. Okay, he knows what you need. Every single one of us needs something. So don't forget about prayer. Don't forget to pray for what you want, pray for what you need, and then take the time to meditate. Take the time to meditate. Okay, this is what I've been asking for. Then you meditate so that you can find a solution how you can get to that. Okay, then you get up, you get active, you get busy, and you do it. It's not about when you hit a roadblock you give up. No, it's okay, I hit this wall, now what's next? What do I do? Find a way. See, there's always a way, but we are the ones that convince ourselves that there's not a way. We're the ones that tell ourselves give up. We're the ones that say we can't. Isn't that true? We're the ones that say we give up. And I want to say to each and every one of you motivators, don't let situations, don't let life, don't let people cause you to give up. Right on the other side of that hard time, that dark time, that those people who disappointed you, those people who let you down, those people who told you you would never make it, right on the other side of that is your success. Right on the other side of that is your blessing. Right on the other side is where you need to be in your life. But we have to be willing to be strong enough. We have to be willing to let ourselves keep trying and keep fighting. I say to all of you, keep trying and keep fighting. Don't be bitter. Be better. Be better, because you are better. And I'll tell you some of the reasons why you are better. Because you're driven. Okay? You're driven. You're focused. You know who you are. Come on, somebody. You know who you are, and you know who you belong to. Never forget that. Never forget that you are not alone. All we have to do sometimes is just pick up the phone. Hey, are you doing that? And I don't mean just anybody. I mean the right people. I mean talking to your mentors, talking to your therapist, talking to your life coach, talking to your spiritual advisors, talking to the people who really do care about us. I'm not talking about the people who are talking about you behind your back, the people who are gossiping about you. We know who they are. We know who they are. You know the ones that really don't care for you, but we smile. Yeah, and you know they don't like you. You know it, but we don't want to believe that. We say, oh, that's my relative, that's my family, that's my best friend, that's who I'm in a relationship with, that's my spouse, so it's okay. No. Don't let others drag you down from your purpose in your life. See, so those very ones that are angry, they're bitter, they haven't worked on themselves, they're negative, they will drag you down if you let them. If you heard what I said, if you let them. See, we can't let them. We can't let them. You can't let another person bring you backwards. Where all we have, you got to put your foot on the gas now. Now is our time not to be down, not to be discouraged, not to give in, not to listen to what other people say or speak over your life. I always say, what do you say? Who do you say you are? Who do you say you're worth? And more importantly, what does God say about you? What does God say? There's something, every single person has something in their life that they're supposed to do, that they're supposed to be, that there's something that you're supposed to reach. There's something that you got to walk through. But sometimes it means walking through a trial. It means being uncomfortable. It means stepping outside of the box. It means being a trailblazer. It means having some courage. It means forgiving who you don't want to forgive, the person who disappointed you, the one who broke your heart. It's forgiving all of them, and not forgiving them because they, you're saying that what they did was right. No, you got to forgive them because you have better and greater about to come for you. And you can't hold on to animosity. You can't hold on to animosity and be used for your change. You can't have the bitterness and think that you're going to get it to your greatness. No. Greatness comes from allowing yourself to let go and say, I don't understand. I don't understand why you hurt me, but I forgive you. I forgive you because I can't hold on to this anger, this fear, this anxiety, this pain that you have given me, because I got to use my life in the best way that I can. And I hope you say the same. I have to use my life. I have to use my life in the way that is meant for me. And if that means me crying and being angry and say, why did you hurt me? And crying all those tears, and then say, I release it. I release it. I don't understand why you hurt me. I don't understand why you did what you did, but I forgive you so that I can get focused back on what is meant to be in my purpose for my life. See, I'm speaking to all of you motivators. There are times where you're going to have to forgive somebody you don't want to forgive. They hurt you in one of the deepest ways, in the biggest pain, and the biggest disappointments. And you never thought, and you ask yourself, how could you do this to me? How could you hurt me like this? Why did you do this to me? But everything happens for a reason. That door needed to close for some reason. See, and we don't understand that when a door closes, a window opens, or something else. There's always, or maybe the back door. We don't know. There's always something when something doesn't work out, when people leave our life, when people hurt us. All of it is for a reason and a purpose. Some people have to leave our life so that the right person can come in. The person who is going to be a trailblazer to your change, the one who is going to help you to get to your victory. Yes, and I want you to speak victory over your life. Speak victory over your life. There's a lot of things that I know that we all are trying to overcome and conquer, and it's not easy. For some people, it may be your financial situation. For some, it may be dealing with that loneliness, that sadness, the people who you thought would be there and support you, and you look around, they're no longer here, either because they've passed away or they just don't show you the love and the support that they used to. And it's okay. In those moments, you have to remind yourself, I'm okay. I am okay. Even if I don't understand it, even I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand. And it doesn't matter that I don't understand. Not everything that happens to us in our life, we are supposed to understand. It just says, no, just be faithful. No, just do what I told you to do. No, keep using your gifts. No, keep using your talents. See, what other people want you to give up, because let me tell you, people are watching you. Don't think they're not. They're watching every little thing you're doing. Don't let them see you sweat. Don't let them see you get down. Don't let them see you get discouraged, because that's what they want. They want you to give up, and so they can sit back and smile. I knew they couldn't do it. I knew they couldn't make it. But they're wrong. You are making it every day you wake up on this side of earth. You are making it. And I want you to say that to yourself. I am making it. I am challenging everything negative. I am challenging every person who says that I won't. I'm proving them a lie. Prove them wrong. Every single day you wake up with that winning mindset. I have the ability to be remarkable. I have the ability to conquer things that other people would have thrown in the towel a long time ago. But they don't know about your value. They don't know about your purpose. They don't know where you're going. They don't know what you have been through. Yeah, you had every reason to give up. You sure do. Your past, the pain, the trauma, it's too much. It's too much. But we have to understand that that pain is not for us to carry. It's not for you to carry. Leave off of people's burdens. Stop picking up other people's problems. Give it back to them. Say, I can't help you. I got to stay focused on my life. I got to be focused on me. And that's not selfish. Don't let other people in your life stress you out and drive you crazy because you don't know how to say no. Saying no is a powerful thing. Do you hear me? Say no and mean it. And you don't have to explain the reason why it's no. It's no because it's no. Because I don't want it, because I don't need it, because it's going to hurt me, because it's going to stop me from my potential, because I've left that sort of life a long time ago. Yeah, you leave those things behind. The drama, the doubt, the fear, the negativity, give it back to them. Say, this is not the zone that I'm in right now. I'm in the zone of change, of prosperity, of victory, of healing, of forgiveness, of light. I am in the season of prosperity. Yeah, I say it to all of you. You're in your season of prosperity. So in your season of prosperity, you don't have time. You don't have time to look back or look to the side or compare or doubt ourselves. Believe in you, motivators. Each and every one of you. Believe in you. Nobody don't know what you're dealing with and going through, but you do. So you got to be the one to encourage yourself and pat yourself on your own shoulder, on your own back and say, you're doing a great job. I'm so proud of me. Don't wait for nobody to tell you that. Do it right now. Say it to yourself. I'm so proud of me. I'm doing great. And insert everything that you are great in. I'm a great mother. I'm a great father. I'm a great brother, sister, auntie, cousin. I am loyal. I am a great listener. I am a great leader. Okay? Put that in your mind. Lock it in. Lock it in all the way, motivators. Lock it in. Because there are other people who are looking to you right now that you don't even know they're looking to you. They're looking up to you for motivation and say, look, they're doing it. You don't know how much people are so proud of you, but you're steady doubting yourself. You're steady saying, I don't think I'm doing a good job. And it's a lie. You're doing great. You're doing amazing. Don't put yourself down. Don't doubt. Don't doubt. Don't doubt what other people, that's what other people want from you. Other people want from you negativity. They want to see you down. Don't put your head down. Put your head up. All the way up. All the way up. Hey, East, how are you doing? Oh, Love and Live Show is here. Oh, there's pain. Yeah, it's not your responsibility to care for other people and their pain. Hey, Love and Live Show, how are you doing? Welcome. Hey, Colton. Yes, Tamika. It's not our job. It's not our job to carry other people's problems. It's not our job to be other people's financial institution and bail them out from every problem, to pay other people's bills. No. Of course, that will make you bitter because you can't even conquer your own problems. You can't even handle your own. Stop picking up other people's problems. And most of the time, the people's problems that you're picking up is your kids, your spouse, or significant other. Those are the main ones that we pick up their problems. Stop picking up other people's problems. It's not yours to carry. Let people be grown. Let people make their own choices. Let them fall flat on their face. I know that don't sound nice, but we got to let other people learn how to handle their own problems and stop coming to you for everything. Okay? Let them be an adult. Let them be grown. Okay? Let them be grown. Let them miss you sometimes. Don't always be available every time they call. Hey, dive in for the phone. No, let that go to voicemail. Put your feet up. Take a nice beverage. Relax sometime. Go get your rest. Take care of you. This is how we stay better. We don't have to be available for everybody. You don't. You be available for who you want to be available, for those who actually appreciate you, those who have gratitude for you, and not the one we know the ones bitter, that they're very enabled. They think you have to do this for me, and they have an attitude, and any way they'll snap off at you because you're not available for them. But how often are they available for you? How often? Hmm. It's the ones that we always bend over backwards to make ourselves available for them. But are they do would they do the same thing for you? Have they done the same thing for you? If they haven't, you got to check that. Why do I do that? Why do I allow that? None of us deserve that. You deserve way better than what you are taking. So, yeah, I'm going to put the link in here. I don't know if anybody wants to come up, but that's what I wanted to come up here and to say, to encourage, um, to motivate you all. Is just on my heart that I needed to say this. Don't be bitter. Don't be bitter about your situation. Don't be bitter about your past, the things that you've been through. Don't be bitter about your present situation. Okay? Don't be bitter. Be better. You are better. And we have to be the ones to say that, to speak it out of our mouth. I am better. I am better. I'm not the same that I used to. I've matured. I know how to control my anger. I know how to control my mouth. I know when to walk away. I know how to be responsible. I know how to be a loyal. I know how to be a good friend. Okay? That's 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 personal growth. That's becoming wise. Okay? Happy Tuesday, Miss Patty. How are you doing? Yes, Nancy. I am better, not bitter. Yes. And I just say thank you so much. I am so grateful to hear that there are people out there that are not bitter. They're better. And you know how it goes. The people who we surround ourselves with that are like minded, that are doing better. That's who you keep in your circle. That's who you keep on your team. But you got to get away from the ones who aren't. I see we got Geo in the background, so let's invite her to the show.
Hey, everybody in the chat. Hey, Marlene, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing awesome. Thank you so much for coming up, Geo.
Sure. I just want to say this is a great topic. I can only speak for me and my story and what God has done for me. I am better. Child, I am so much better. Okay? And I'm better because I made a choice and a decision to be better. I made a choice. Well, I always say that God came into my life at a time at my lowest, and I broke down at work, and I could not stop crying. And I cried and cried and cried until I was able to tell my supervisor at the time what the problem was. Okay. And then they told me that I had to go to therapy and that I could not return to work until I was better. So to me, God came in my life and broke me down, and I had no choice but to get better. Okay, it was like you either gonna get better or you ain't gonna be able to take care of your home. You're not gonna be able to take care of your kid, and you definitely ain't gonna be making no money. Okay, so however I got into therapy was all right with me. Okay, because I probably would have never went if it had not have been the way that I got there. So when I got there and I started seeing that actually therapy can help me get better, it can help me leave stuff behind, it can help me stop being pissed off, angry, and bitter, and hurt and sad. Once I figured all of that out, I was like, I want to be better. I want my life. I'm going to fight for it. I'm going to fight until I cannot fight anymore. And that is how I became better, because I chose to fight through all the hurt, through all the pain. I chose to give it back because, y'all, half this stuff don't even belong to us. So that is what I came up here to say, is that you can get better. You just have to make that choice. However you got there to decide that you need to be better is how you got there. Now, what you gonna do? What are you going to do with it? I don't want to be sad all my life. I want to be able to get up here and tell people you can make it. You can leave all that stuff behind. You don't have to listen to people that tell you you can't do it. Yes, you can. I blocked all them people out of my life. I don't want to be bothered with all the people in my life that's negative, that's telling me I can't do it. I can do whatever I want to do as long as I put my mind to it and as long as God is first in my life. And that is just for me. I want. See, this is the key. You want, and you have to be willing to let go of bitterness and everything. You just want to get better, because with better comes happiness. With better comes joy. With better comes just everything you ever wanted in your life. You can have it. But if you're bitter and sad and grief and you're blaming everybody else and you ain't even looking at yourself, that's where you gonna get. And that's where you gonna stay. I have been through the journey. Like MLK said, I done been to the mountaintop. I'm not coming down off of it. So all the people in my life that's bitter and they don't want this and you can't make it, girl, I wouldn't do that. Guess what? You got to go. Because I'm not going back to where I used to be. I like it when I am better. Thank you, Marlene.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Gio, for coming up. I really appreciate it. There is no testimony like somebody who has lived their personal truth. There's nobody who can tell you that you didn't make it. You're the ones that say, I made it. And you have proven it, Gio. And I'm so proud to call you my friend. I'm proud.
Yes, thank you, Marlene. And you know how I feel about you. And a lot of people up in here know that we are very good friends.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't by accident that we became friends. I think it was a God thing. In fact, I don't think it, I know it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a God thing because, like I tell people, you had something I needed to be supported in, and I had something you needed to be
Mhm.
supported in. So God said, okay, let's put these two together.
Yes.
And that is how we became friends.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Gio. So let's welcome Miss Nexie to the show.
Hello, Miss Gio. Hello, Marlene.
Hey, Nancy.
Hi.
Hello, chat. We're talking about bitter people. Is that what we're talking about today?
No, we're saying no. We're saying I am better, not bitter.
I know. I'm just joking. But Marlene, I had to. I was noticing myself that being around people that are not at their best in their mental health,
Mhm.
and you always have to be bringing trying to be the best person in the group, trying to always bring happiness and stuff like that. That on itself sometimes can make you a little bitter because you feel like you're the only one making an effort and you start feeling that way.
Yes.
I myself had to let go of those friendships and those family members because I was finding myself resenting even the sight of them. I was finding myself resenting even being invited to events or whatever. I was becoming myself, I can say a little bitter, and I'm not like that.
Mhm.
So, losing the group of friends, and distancing myself for those certain members of the family that were bringing that on me. I decided that consciously. I said, I'm going to get rid of them because they're bringing a side of me that I don't like because I've never been like that. And that
Yeah.
was the best decision for me.
Yeah.
That was the best decision because, I strive every day to be better than the day before, right? If I get, if God gives me one more day, I strive for that day to be even better than the day before.
Wow. That's what you just said, Nexie, that is very powerful because a lot of times we have people in our life and they're just very negative. uh, they bring so much stress into our life, so much manipulation. And
Mm-hmm.
it's very hard to deal with them because you're always the one that has to be the responsible one.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I get annoyed that yes, I'm a positive person, but when they make it hard for you to be positive, you
Mm-hmm.
have to identify that too, to not let people use you. Okay, use all of your mind power when you don't have to. You don't have to be around those people. You just choose to remove yourself from being around them or listening to them.
Exactly. They were, some people bring, I've never understood when my dad will say, so and so brings the worst in me. And I was like, what? You're such a nice man. Like, what do you mean? How does the person brings it? That, like, does he buy it? Because I was younger at that point. But I understood as I started growing up and understanding me, I started seeing what he meant, is that whether that person is family or whatever, you don't have to keep them, which is why he kept himself away from certain family members. And I started putting two and two together, and it's that way. This is your life, right? How you choose to live it, it's up to you. You have to live a life of happiness for you, and in return doing all of that, getting rid of bitterness, resentment, and all of that others may bring on you. It's going to make you happier, and then in return you're going to make everybody else around you as happy as possible.
Yes. Yeah.
So it is important for us to understand that what makes us or what gets us to that point. And if we have bitterness because of the life we have lived in the past, let's try to work on ourselves any way we can to get rid of bitterness, because you know, we if we don't, we bring it on to, you know, the next generation. It's like a generational curse, I think.
Yeah. That's so true though, Nexi, because I grew up in that environment where people were just so negative all the time. And I didn't know that I was even acting that way. I was just saying, well, everybody else is around me. So this is the way to act, until I started being around people and they're like, you're very negative. I was like, what do you mean I'm
No,
negative?
I'm not.
Like, no, this is the way that I am. And they're like, well, the way you are is negative. So I had to start looking into that and learning to, okay, this is not the way you're supposed to be. This is not the way you should talk about others or yourself. So I put in the work so that I would be better, not just for myself, because if you don't put in good, positive energy in yourself, then you can't get it back from other people, because people will give you back as a mirror image of what you put out there. You give out
Mhm.
negativity, you're going to get it back. So,
Yeah, exactly, Marlene. And that's, you know, now let me ask you something. When they said to you, "You're so negative," did it make you very uncomfortable?
I was very guarded. I was, the first thing that you do when somebody tells you, let me just say it this way. When somebody tells you something that's true about yourself, I used to get so angry because it's something that you don't want to believe. And that's why
Hmm.
you get mad, because when my therapist told me, well, why are you angry about it if it's not true? Why does it bother you? And I was like, because it's true. Yeah, we don't want to hear the truth.
It's very uncomfortable when people call you out. But you know, it's
Mhm.
always a blessing when you have a friend or a group of friends that do that for you.
Mhm.
Because sometimes we're so used to a certain behavior, a certain a way that we are, that people around us, instead of confronting us and saying, you know, hey, you're being this, you're being that, or why are you acting this way, they let it go, because again, maybe they are surrounded with this type of behavior,
Yeah.
so they don't see it. Now when you have a group of friends or a friend that calls you out and says, hey, you know what, you're like the most negative person in this group, you're bringing all of us down, or you know what, I don't like when you do this. When you have a group like that, you have to feel blessed,
Yeah.
because those are the ones that help you on that change. Those are the ones that call you out and on your bad behavior. And it's the only way
Mhm.
you can change that behavior, because if people don't tell you, you don't know that you're doing wrong. That's the whole
You
point.
don't- Yeah.
You
And
know.
one of the best things that I did, Nexi and Geo, was after my parents passed away, where I had a few people passed away in my life, and that kind of caused me to be bitter for a while. Feeling sorry for myself and saying, why me, why me? But sometimes people have to leave so that you could be the person in the role to bring about change, because the change wasn't meant to be from them. The change was supposed to come from you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
Yeah.
that's a big responsibility. Oh, go ahead, Gio.
Now, I was just going to say that for me, it took courage to look at myself. You know, when my therapist would say, well, why are you sitting over there with your arms folded and you looking at me like I don't know what? I mean, well, she used to say, looking at me like I'm crazy and I did it, but you did it, you know.
Oops.
And she said, you're going to have to find some courage to change things in your life, to change things that is making you feel so hateful toward other people. And every time she said that, it was like stab, stab, stab. And I just did not want to hear that. And I was very defensive as well, because you don't want to take a look at it. You just want to believe you're right. You know, you want to believe that everything in your life smells good. Okay, but it don't. It took me to go home to And then all the way home, child, I ain't gonna tell y'all how many bad words I said about my therapist because I was pissed that she knew the truth. You see what I'm saying? And then she trying to make me act like I know it too. I really had a good therapist, y'all. So I went home. I remember, and I wrote in my journal, why is she bringing up all of this stuff, talking about I'm bitter and I don't want to give up, and I don't know. I mean, I don't want to give up the past and let it go, and I don't want to be free. And as I wrote in my journal, I really came to the conclusion that I am bitter. I am all of those things. And I remember I was so glad that my daughter had spent the night somewhere else because I remember just boo-hooing. But as I boo-hooed, I let go. And then by the next week, I went to her. Then I could sit there and tell her, you were right. I am bitter. I want to be better. I don't want to be this. I want to be this over here. And one of the things that I am grateful for, too, that my therapist taught me was to journal. Write it all out. I don't care what it is. If it's bad, good, indifference, ugly, nasty, put it down. You don't have to share it with nobody but you and God or whomever you choose to share it with. You can read it out loud and, burn it up or what have you. But that is one of the ways that I became unbitter and ungrateful and a lot of things because I wrote it all out. And then when you write it all out, it's in black and white right there in your face. What you gonna do? You gotta find the courage to look, just peep in there to see if it's true. Little by little, take baby steps, but you gotta look. If you don't look, you can't change. You can't change what it is that you need to change. Yeah. So I'm done, Marlene, because I could go on and on about that. Because, child, that was a whole year of crime. Okay.
Gio and Marlene. Gio and Marlene, I'm sorry to interrupt. It's only because of what Gio said. But Gio, I have half a journal on all the words I have called my therapist. So I had to get a new journal. I a she dog, even though he's a male. I mean, there were so many horrible words that I used on this person, but in reality, I felt, and this is why I wanted to chime in, I felt that all those words I was throwing at him, I was actually using them for me because I was understanding that he was right, and I was mad at myself for not going to therapy sooner. That's all I wanted to say. Go on, Marlene.
Yeah. It happens, the moment that you get hit with your personal truth, it hits you like a ton of bricks because you're like, well, why are they attacking me? And everybody was like, what are you talking about attacking you? All we said is you do this or you do that. How is that an attack? Well, I feel attacked. But it's just the reality. And if you have people like that in your life that are willing to call you out on things, you should be grateful to have those sort of relationships, because most people, once they find out bad things about you or bad habits and behaviors, most people just say, I don't want to deal with it, and just will leave and discard you. But if you have people who are willing to stick around while you work on yourself, you really do have a lot.
It's true. That's exactly, what I'm saying, that I'm grateful for, because they didn't allow me to get away with anything just because we were friends, right? Or just because you're my sister, I'm gonna let you do that. No, so those people like that are are a blessing in one's life, because they want you to get better. They want you to get help. Even if they don't tell you how to get that help, what they're trying to tell you is you need help. How you get it is up to you, which is why I'm so grateful that, it was a mandatory thing for me to do, to get, counseling. Although, like I said before, you feel like you don't need it. But the reality of things is that we all do, because when we have friends or sometimes family members and we tell them something we're going through, we're going to get like 5 or 6 different answers on the
Yep.
problem that we're having, or the anxiety, or this or that. So a therapist is someone that is going to help you sort out the problem
Yep.
without confusion. So that's why I loved, therapy, because he allowed me to solve my own life without telling me how to do it, but bringing up all the bad things that I had. And which is, I told him once, I'm like, okay, so you're only writing down all the bad things that I do. What about the good things? And he's like, yeah, that's not what we're here. You want me to give you a gold star? Is that what you want? A lollipop every time you hit something
Yes,
good?
I want to go star. I want a lollipop.
So, when I will say something or do something, like when I brought up the fact that, my mother had left, and, that I'm okay with it. There's not, I mean, she left when I was 5. I've never really needed her or knew her. So it's okay. I'm not here for that. That doesn't bother me. And he was just like writing.
Yeah,
I'm like, what are you doing? Hold on. What are you doing? Why are you
yeah,
writing so much? But these people are focused on the things that you think have no effect on you, and they are so
they
hyper
do.
focused on noticing that those are the things that you need to work on. So you have to look for the
Exactly.
help you need, outside of those amazing people that are there for you. But you have to find the help that you need, maybe in a professional way. It worked for me. It worked for Gio. It worked for Marlene. We are the amazing powerhouse that we are today, thanks to, the professional help that we got. I'm not saying everybody go get it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I got help from that, and this is my opinion. So maybe somebody else can opt for that as well. Just, think about it. But we got the help we needed thanks to professional help.
Yeah. You were going to say something, Gio?
Well, when you go to therapy, you get what you put in it. If you put in lies, you never gonna get better. But if you go there with an open mind, saying, I'm going to give this a chance. I want to get better. I want to be better. And then answer the questions truthfully, no matter how bad it make you feel or how bad it hurts to even think about it or even talk about it. Just walk through it. Trust the process. And what I used to do is just say, God, you're going to have to go first, because I can't get through this without without me knowing in my mind that you going to go first. Because, see, I know you got all the power. See, I was preparing my mind before I sit up in that chair, because I already know I didn't want to talk about it. But if I wanted to get better, I needed to.
You needed to.
There you go, Marlene.
Yep, it's that vulnerability, it's the honesty, it's everything. It's like taking down all the guards and allowing yourself like open and exposed. Like, this is all of me. This is everything I've been through, all my pain, all my disappointments, all my traumas. Okay, here you go, and then you just give it to him. And it works every time when you allow yourself to stop trying to pick up, my opinion, not next to Chio's, my opinion. We have to stop picking up the things that we've already given to God. Stop trying to pick it back up. Release it and let it go.
Marlene, I'm sorry, but I feel that therapy is like, when you get there, it's like, that dream you have sometimes, that you dream that you are completely without clothes, walking around your neighborhood. That's what I compare therapy to, because I felt that I was being taken apart little by little. All of the garments I was wearing was coming off, but it's only because when once you get what therapy is for, you start just pouring everything out. And it's the only way that therapy works, is that if you're honest with the therapist. A lot of people say therapy is not for me. Therapy didn't work for me. Therapy did nothing for me. And when people say that to me, I tell them that's probably because you were not honest. That's probably because you wanted it a quick fix. Therapy is not a quick fix. Therapy is going inside your guts, pulling them out, putting them back together, and making sure that all that pain, you
Right.
just deal with it, because therapy doesn't work on one day, 1 week, 1 month. Therapy of someone that has been to a lot of trauma only works if you're honest, if you
Mhm.
do it at 100, and if you follow the therapist.
Exactly.
And that's my opinion, not Marlene's, not Gio. I'm just saying what I had to do. Hey, Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
Blessings.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you said that, because I've heard people say the same thing. Therapy didn't work for me. And I can say the first time I went to therapy, it didn't work because I didn't find the right therapist. That was the honest truth. Not everybody, see, the first therapist that I got wasn't nice, a really sweet person. And that's not what I needed. I needed some like, what you doing? Who you think you're fooling? You ain't fooling
Mm.
me. I needed somebody to get with me like that. I didn't need some, okay, we'll see what we can. Nah, I don't. I was like, nah, that won't work. I need somebody who will call me out and say, "What are you doing?" No, I know what you're doing. You better tell the truth. I needed someone to be an in my face therapist. So one thing, the reason why it may not work is you may not get the right person. Another thing is that, are you ready to be open? You have to be in that position. Okay, I'm ready. And until you're ready, it will never work. You have to be ready. You have to find the right person. And then you have to tell the truth. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the combination that works. And then put in the work that you need to put in so that you can become a better person by, doing what you need to, making better choices, stop being around the negativity, learning to believe in yourself, and doing whatever it is that you need to do to work on yourself. So I think it was just for me. I can't say for everybody, but it was those three things that was the winning combination: the honesty, the right therapist, and honesty, the right therapist, and doing what I needed to do to work on myself, putting in the work. Yeah. Okay, ladies. Final words, Miss Nexie and Miss Gio.
Go ahead, Miss Gio.
Okay, my final words is to just be true to thyself. Because when you're true to yourself and you're willing to, when you're true to yourself, you'll be better. Okay. And if you ever, make it to get to a therapist, sometimes like Marlene say, you might have to go to 3 or 4 before you get the right one. Like I say, it was a God thing for me, because when I went to this therapist, I knew she was the right one for me. Uh, just if you want to be better, you got to be honest. That's my last words, Marlene.
Thank you so much, Gio. Miss Nexie.
Yes, ma'am. um, yeah, chimed on what Gio just said. Honesty when it comes to a therapist working for you, it's very important. And not only for the therapy to work, but for you to pick the right therapist for you. So if you're serious about it, you have to think about who you are. and look at the therapist that you're going to get. If you feel that that person, because you have that feeling, right, Marlene and Gio, when we get there, we get that, no, I'm going to be able to bend him over and crack him up and, you know, lie to him and be okay. So you have to find someone, once you're ready for it, someone that is going to stand up to you and say, no, no, no. I know, you know, what you're trying to do, but if you continue that way, it's not going to work. So you have to be honest so that the therapy can work. Second is, the minute you start working on yourself, make sure that you're surrounded with people that support you in that journey. Not people that are negative and are probably going to make you quit or want to quit or, you know, think that you're crazy. So make sure you're supported with people that, even if they don't believe on what you're doing, they're not denying that you're doing it. They're not shaming you for doing it. And the third is just give it your all. You know, you're paying big money for this. So give it your all, be honest, and work on yourself. That is the only way that you're going to be able to not be bitter, be able to look at people that are bitter and run the opposite way from them, and be better for the next generation to come. Thank you, Marlene, for having me.
Thank you so much, Miss Nexie. Thank you so much, Miss Gio, and to everybody in the chat. I really appreciated everybody's thoughts, and thank you everybody for your support. And my final words, I would just say to be better and not bitter. It for me meant allowing myself for the first time in my life to see potential inside of myself. A lot of times we have potential inside of ourselves, but we leave it untapped, either because people will challenge it, or people will put their fears into you, or somebody may not like a talent or a gift that you possess, or it could be jealousy, some other reason. But I had to learn to see the potential within myself. And once I believed in my own potential, I became unstoppable. So I will say that to all of you motivators, know the potential within yourself and believe that, and allow yourself the gift. Yes, it's a gift, the gift of letting your life be better. So thank you all so much for joining me today. Shout out to the two ladies on the panel and everybody who joined me today. Thank you so much for choosing to tune in to Marlene Motivates. And if you have not already, subscribe to this channel. Give this video a like, and those on the replay, leave me a comment in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on the next topic, which will be on Monday. We'll be back to the regular schedule. So thank you, Gio and Nexie.
You're welcome, Marlene, and thank you everyone for coming.
Thanks.
Okay. And you know what I always say over here on Marlene Motivates? Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, hey, yeah. Whoa.